Hello, y'all. It's 11:02 p.m. Well, this is gonna be the last video for the night. Well, hold up. Excuse me. Oh, I just turned the light on. Excuse me. I don't even know where to start. As I said, I had a rough week, and yesterday got to me the most. It got underneath my skin the most. Excuse me. Um. So I think that I probably did go to bed before 7. I don't remember if it was 6 or 6:30 that I went to bed, but I don't know if I think it was way before 8 o'clock this morning. So if it's not the directed energy weapons keeping me up all night, is anger and anxiety and frustration would be another thing keeping me up all night. And this whole week, I ended up not being able to fall asleep until 6 o'clock in the morning. Or I would feel super high anxiety at night and all throughout the night. Or if I'm laying down after a video, say for example, it's 11, right after 11 o'clock, I'm doing a video. I guess I'll be done at maybe 12:30 in the morning, the next morning. And after that, I will, if I try to go to bed or try to go to sleep, they will either pass by blasting loud music and keeping me awake. That too, that's another thing that keep me awake. The trains, sometimes the train don't bother me, but other times they get out of hand. So, I mean, so yeah, a lot of the times at random times of the night, they blast really loud music or startle me out of my sleep or keep me awake. And so then I really hate, falling asleep in the morning. I want the schedule to be able to go to bed at, well, when I was younger, I used to want to go to bed at like 10 o'clock at night. And like when we were kids and in foster care and all that, I was kind of like in first grade or something. The foster mom used to force us to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. Or then when we got a little bit older, she forced us to go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. And then, but the foster sister Joni, we could never understand why Joni was the only one, and I think Mark too, why they were allowed to go to bed at 10 o'clock. And sometimes, like more like on weekends, Joni was able to go to bed at 11 o'clock, or they used to stay up all night in the foster care, the foster home. Like, the older adults, they would go to bed, be up all night long and then go to bed in the morning. But, and then sleep until like 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's kind of what my schedule is like. But I'm not up. I mean, I have a TV up in here that I never ever touch. I never touch that TV. I mean, it's like a flat screen up in the ceiling, but I never touch that TV. I never turn it on. The only time I might touch the remote controls is to move them, rearrange or move them. But I never turn the TV on. I don't watch TV no more. I try my best not to. The only kind of TV I might watch is YouTube, TikTok, or, that way I can more like watch whatever I want rather than the mainstream media try to tell me what I should like. So it's like watching TV and listen to secular music. It's like eating junk food. And then it can be so addictive and hard to break away from. So what happened today after I woke up around 11, I made an appointment. Hold on. I forgot. I wanted to say this about growing up in a foster home too. But when we were younger, and the foster mom used to force us all to go to bed earlier at the same time, the foster mom used to have this fake good night song. And the foster sister Joni was the main one to cry when we all had to go to bed. Everybody because Mark was like a teenager. We were all littler kids. So me, my twin sister, Brandy, and, Wyatt, and the foster sister, Joni. The foster mom be like, good night, Brandy. And then Joni be the first to start crying. And then we all started freaking crying. Good night, Brandon. Good night, Wyatt. Good night, Joni. And good night, Candy. The whole time, Joni crying, walking up, going to bed. All of us going to bed. But Joni was allowed to have a TV in her bedroom. We weren't allowed to. The only time I did was I was 8 years old in 3rd grade, and it was somebody's old hand-me-down TV that still had like the UHF and all that on it, and with the antenna, and the TV didn't work. So the TV they gave me a useless TV. And Joni was allowed to have, because Joni is supposedly, with Joni being the biological mom's cousins. I'm sorry. Joni is the foster mom's biological cousin's daughter. So, that's why Joni I was told by one of the neighbors down the street, Nada. I think I heard Nada passed away. But Nada was a perp too. But Nada said that's the reason why Joni got treated way better, because Joni was blood related to the foster mom. But the foster mom abused her and treated her a certain way too. As I said, Joni was 19 years old getting whippings with a belt. But Joni always got the special treatment when we were younger. And Joni never had to see a psychiatrist and take medicine like we did. And we used to get whippings and punishments for any and every reason. But mainly growing up, Joni was the only reason why Joni would get punished or get whippings or get in trouble is like failing when she would make D's or F's on her report card or fail in school. And And then when we got older, Joni would be 18, 19 years old, and the foster mom would whip her after graduating from high school or whatever, or maybe it was before before graduating from high school, because Joni was like 19 years old or 20 years old in 12th grade or something. Her and her brother James. But I guess that was all the trauma and abuse that we went through. So we all had the same, well, not Joni, she got treated different, but if we had the same programming and mind control and abuse, but we turned out differently. So, Joni, I guess Joni was the type of person who was very selfish. I wouldn't say she was a narcissistic abuser, but she was just selfish. And lack of love from the foster mom, I guess, what made Joni be the type of person who, didn't really love or care about nobody but herself. Except a few other people. But Joni grew up in a house with me, and she still hate my guts after so many years. And maybe because of the gang stalking smear campaigns, because my twin sister would, put stuff in Joni and everybody's head. And that might be why Joni don't want shit to do with me. Because whatever happened to y'all telling me and let go of the past, or we move past that. But, I can't get Joni in any trouble now. We were brainwashed to get each other in doggone trouble or tell on each other. If Joni feel like she hate me or my twin sister or whatever, because you always go back and tell. You always tell on us. Like those boys went and told on me earlier today. So, but we used to get whippings every day, but not Joni. Like when I was in elementary school, I got daily belt whippings. The foster mom used to pull down our pants and underwear. When she would pull down my pants and underwear and then throw me on the sofa and then sit on my back and whip the shit out of me with the belt, and not like a biblical, parental, loving kind of whipping. It was like abusive, narcissistic, rageful, hate, anger. Like, and she used to make threats to get rid of us or give us away. We were only 7 years old, and she made it like as if we were unbearable. She was 42 years old. We were 7. And she was about the same age, like maybe slightly older, but she was like a few months older than the biological mom, Frances. So the foster mom, she used to run around and say, "Y'all killing me." So, and she would get mad and be like, if she get mad at us, not having the house clean satisfactorily enough, then she would make it like as if, from now on, don't call me Ma anymore. You call me Miss Felder. Do you hear me? That's how she used to be like. From now on, don't call me Ma. Call me Miss Felder. Cause I'm about to get rid of you. And she would make threats to get rid of all of us. But money is the only, I really can't wrap my head around how the hell you raise somebody from a baby and take the brownie points and always throw that in our face. You're the one who you're the one who made the choice to take us and raise us all these years. We weren't you could have gave us away. But, and then you always got to hear about how other children in foster care were going through worse. Like as if your abuse wasn't all that bad. Well, you treated us like we were the worst kids ever. But, I'm pretty sure they had way worse kids than us. We weren't the freaking worst kids in the world. If the only bad thing me and my twin sister ever did was argue, fuss, and fight, and that was freaking manipulated. But I called myself starting to straighten up my act by the time I was in 6th grade. And trying to do everything right, trying to be a good kid, and still got in trouble or punished for any and everything. Cleaning up, you ain't never good enough. So anyway, bedtime. So earlier, I'm surprised that around 9:38 p.m., I started to feel sleepy. But I knew that if I were to doze off, I don't think I could doze off. So, I would have to wait. And as I said, I don't know how I can get back to, even if I could just go to bed at midnight or 12:30, but as I said, me trying to go to bed, I end up having high anxiety and being very restless. I end up being extremely restless. So, even after I'm done doing a video or whatever, I end up being restless and high anxiety, dealing with high anxiety and being restless and everything. So, I don't remember if it was sometime after 12:30, I try to call and make that transportation appointment so I can go to the grocery store next week. And I don't know if it's this set of earphones or is my phone messing up, but because usually I can talk on the phone with my earbuds in, and it doesn't eliminate, but it will partially reduce some of the outside noise. And plus, I can hear better when I have my earbuds in. I never really used Bluetooth ever, but ever since this new thing, ever since Cincinnati, and also here, when you gotta do laundry, you have to turn your Bluetooth on in order to operate the machines at the laundromat. But before then, I never had a Bluetooth headset ever. I never owned a Bluetooth headset or, talk to people on Bluetooth. But when I'm talking on the phone with my twin sister or any other narcissistic abusers, I can never really hear what they're saying, when talking on the phone on Bluetooth. And I can't really hear them when they put me on speakerphone. And they get mad and yell at me when I can't hear what they're saying, or if they keep cutting in and out. So I told y'all about how my twin sister, when we would talk on the phone, she would deliberately and on purpose put me on speakerphone just so she can give false proof, show China. She would force China to listen in on every phone conversation me and her would have. And we could never have just by ourselves a sisterly or twinly talk with just me and my twin sister one-on-one. She wants to, make China listen on purpose so that she can try to give China more false proof of, oh, this is how crazy Candy is, or she talking crazy. So I didn't even realize that, my own family members, if it's called government agents, like if my twin sister, the biological brother Pete, and Mark, if my twin sister would call me up and tell me what I did all day, if she's living in Texas or Mississippi and I was living in Los Angeles, and she thinks she can tell me what I did all day. And if Mark or Pete, if I would stay by their house, and if Pete would be gone all day long, or Mark would be gone for a whole week and then come back and tell me everything I ate. I'm like, do they have secret cameras in my house? I'm sorry, do they have secret cameras in their house to watch everything I'm doing? This was even years ago. If you work a construction job and you're gone all day, how can you know what I did? Or how can you tell me what I did? And then Mark used to make a random time to come pop at my house unexpectedly and then demand to use, he wouldn't even let me drive his car, but he would demand to use my computer, my laptop, and then snoop through all my internet activity and go on gay porn websites. When he had his own computer and everything, he had his own computer, but he would deliberately and on purpose go on those gay porn websites and then put viruses on my computer on purpose. And probably stalking and spying on all my freaking activity. I would never even think of to do anything like that, to family or not. I wouldn't even think to it would never even cross my mind to do something like that to anybody. So but they have some people who be like, well, you should gang stalk the gang stalkers right back, or stalk them right back. Well, the most I can do is cuss them out. And I don't even get away with that. And that's what gang stalkers, period. And so, if Mark would leave on a Monday and then come back the next Monday, and say Tuesday or Wednesday come, and the biological mom, Frances, will be like, if I'm in a house by myself for the whole week, and the biological mom, Frances, will call me up and be like, well, Mark said you had 2 bowls of Frosted Flakes. I'm like, is he fucking psychic? What the hell is going on? How would you know exactly or precisely what I ate, or how many bowls of cereal that I ate? What's going on here? What are you doing? And if you got your own family members just playing gaslighting and playing all kinds of psychological games with you. So after me not having to deal with them no more, I almost don't have to call the crisis hotline no more. And they're useless anyway. But other than that, if they had somebody that's supposed to be Christian, I end up having to call the crisis hotline and get no closure, no healing, nothing. And get off the phone feeling worse than when I called, and then more ashamed, more abuse. And treat it like as if I'm not welcome to call, and like they automatically. I mean, if I haven't called, if it be like if I haven't called the crisis hotline in 4 years, and then I call again, and they're like, "Oh, it's you again," like they know or remember me from so many years ago. So everybody who I had to call the crisis hotline on was a narcissistic abuser, or got to be gang stalker as well. And so if you're an abusive narcissistic gang stalker, I mean, as I said, when I was living in Los Angeles and Greenville, South Carolina, I had absolutely no worries about people trying to say you're attention seeking, or you're doing that for attention, or you're trying to get pity, all that fake mental health lingo. I mean, I did not. I had other stresses and upsets, but I did not have to. I mean, I went those few years without having to hear that about myself. Hear those lies about myself. So I mean, so it's like, so I will, I don't have to hear those lies about myself. But then now with the YouTube gang stalkers, I have to hear the fake mental health lingo. Falsely accusing me of a pity party and attention and all that, which is not true. But y'all just try to deflect from being exposed from y'all wickedness. That's what it is. So y'all feel like y'all gotta halt and silence me telling the truth, and try to make it like as if I'm crazy and insane and just trying to get attention, or that I just want somebody to feel sorry for me, or that I got victim mentality, or that I play the victim. Yeah, all that fake psychology talk. If you want to talk about another targeted individual playing the victim, you're an abusive, narcissistic, control freak, fake friend, and fake TI perp. Because real targeted individuals, they know to stay away from the mental health system. But the popular fakes, or the fake TI, the narcissistic, control freak, fake TI perps, they want to act like as if they know the wickedness of the mental health system better than you do. But as a way to try to discredit you or make you look crazy, they'll use that fake mental health system, to their advantage. I'm like, you court ordered with the 5150, you court ordered to see a psychiatrist and take medicine and have 5150 or Baker Act. But you see a psychiatrist and take medicine, and you're saying I'm crazy and schizophrenic and need medicine. It warps my mind. This double, like you live a double life. Like fake TI perps live a double life. But I guess regular gang stalkers do too, because the fake Darnell Williams perp and Star Bricker and all them, they got multiple personalities. Like you would think that they are the ones that's unhinged. Mentally unhinged. Oh yeah, I've been called mentally unhinged, a nut job, and everything else. Every mental health crazy kind of description you can find. So, as I said, I ain't never really been called crazy until after I became targeted. I probably was targeted before, but I really think that what happened in 9th grade, it wasn't until then that everybody started calling me crazy. But New Orleans is a violent city. The fake thugs who shoot and kill people, how come they're not called crazy? Oh, it's just normal hood mentality. But if you're not a thug and you just call somebody a fake bitch, oh, that heifer crazy. You call me a crazy heifer. And I don't even call people a heifer. But they call you want to call me a heifer. Oh, that heifer crazy. So, yeah. So, I mean, I'm kind of mentally all over the place now. But yeah, all I do is stay to myself. I had a lot of video. I apologize for so many videos. I had a lot of videos. So many videos that it would have been the same amount of videos as if or when I was homeless on the streets in Pensacola. You know, as many videos as I had earlier today, it would have been about the average amount of videos that I would have when I would be homeless on the streets in Pensacola. So, but yeah, I was getting way more, not that many likes, but I was getting way more views on those Pensacola videos than I was getting, than I get now on my gang stalking perp walk videos. I mean, it'd be like 7 or 8 videos, so I don't even say gang stalking perp walk. I just say gang stalking 1, gang stalking 2, but it still be the gang stalking perp walk videos. And then when I was homeless in Pensacola, the walks would be longer, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something, And then I would have to film lots and lots of videos in the middle of the night dealing with the harassment and terrorism, with them terrorizing and harassing and gang stalking me and just harassing and fucking with me for no reason. Unprovoked. Like, leave me alone. So, once I got up in here, I might, like on the gang stalking perp walk videos, I'd be lucky if I get 19 views. And I also get, like, if I share a short story, and I know it's kind of harder to read or whatever, or, in a video, y'all could pause it or whatever, but it seems like even if it's not that, like a lot of my shorts videos just get overlooked or ignored. And my videos don't blow up like they used to. So, the shorts videos, there was a point in time they were blowing up like crazy. So, one video, I ended up getting over 17,000 views. But no, I mean, and then other than that, the most I got will be like 5,000 views, and it's only a couple of videos with that many. But the perps keep thumbing down my videos on purpose to suppress my videos so that the truth can't get out. And then the abusive narcs falsely accuse me of just wanting likes or just wanting subscribers. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm too old to be just fishing for likes like y'all falsely accuse me of. But the same people who maliciously thumb down all my videos or act like a perp, they're the main abusive, narcissistic, control freak, fake TI perp. Yeah, they're the main ones who falsely accuse me of fishing for likes and fishing for money and attention and everything. And y'all falsely accuse me of being the first to want to sell my soul at the right price. When you already betrayed me and sold your soul. And then hurry up and run behind the Bible and pretend to be better than fake holy and better than Christian. But everything about you is fake. And you get like if me and you end up feuding, then you get popular off of feuding with me. And slander and lie just like the perps, and then pretend you're still being targeted. So, as I said, I get more hate than support. And they, give nothing but thumbs down on purpose to suppress my videos on purpose. Because they think I deserve to be punished with no support, no friends, nobody to like me or care about me. And then but it's okay for them to slander and spread the word lying on me and present their lies as if it's true. And it's okay for them to get likes, follows, and popularity off of lying on me. But they feel like me telling the truth, they feel like they got to find a way to halt the truth. So, as I said, when I talk about being betrayed by people who claim to be targets, they be the main ones talking about how TIs need to stick together. But their actions don't meet up with, And so they got some people who would quit talking to you, but still insist on following you on social media, but they would ignore everything you say. And then if I block you because you ignored the shit out of me while responding to everybody else, making me feel less than, then you pretend like you're the victim and say, oh, Candy blocked me. And then everybody start blocking and unfollowing and turn against me. But if I say that somebody blocked me, then everybody unfollow and unsubscribe in droves. If I show proof of my gang stalking, you discreetly pull away from me and quit talking to me. But anybody else show proof of their gang stalking? Oh, this is the best footage on YouTube. Or it's the best footage on TikTok. And I'm like, well, how come something blatant and obvious you overlook and ignore, and then you sneak behind my back and call me fake? So, even in a so-called TI community, I have to be looked at as of less value than everybody else. Professed targeted individuals, they don't even like each other. The so-called TI community is corrupt and, nobody gets along, really. Everybody be fighting. And, everybody calling each other a fake TI. And it's sad that the majority, the ones who be like, you're a fake, the ones who spread the smear campaign and slander that you're fake, they be the fake ones. And you're the real one. But I hate to see when they have somebody it's about to be July 2023. If you just got an account a Twitter account April 2023, and you're following 79 people, and you that quickly got over 50,000 followers, how the hell you gonna claim that you're isolated and nobody like you and stuff? A lot of us targets cry about being isolated or being hated or nobody liking us. That's part of how the perps make us feel. But even targets are brainwashed to believe the slander and hate other TIs. And almost no more real TIs left. Only a few of them. And even the ones who's supposed to be real They even act like they hate me for no reason, or ignore and avoid me, or stay away from me for no reason. So as I said, the lady who sent for me to come, as I said, I never wanted to come back down to Texas in the first place. But I've been under heavier, I've been making some accomplishments, but things aren't going the way I wanted to. But I've been under heavy attack ever since I got down here. She was the one who got me down here. And then the day I got here was the last time she talked to me. So, she's another one that been ignoring the shit out of me, but responsive and talking to everybody else. So if I would have known that she was going to treat me like this or do this to me, then I might as well should have stayed in Cincinnati and struggling and suffering. And then, being homeless and being in need and suffering, people hate you more than when you got stuff going good for yourself. Then everybody want to kiss your ass and pretend to be your fake friend, and sucker everything out of you monetarily until you have nothing left. And it's like, when you're poor, people are more real with you than when you're rich. When you're rich, you got all these fake people kissing your ass, pretending to idolize and worship you. And I've never been rich. But the little bit of student loan money that I had, well, no, that was a lot of money. Yeah, my family members pretended to be fake nice and, leeching off me parasitically, pretending to be fake nice, but then being two-faced as fuck. And then after I became homeless, they wouldn't help me with a penny. But yeah, the lady who sent for me to come down here after April 6th, she had not contacted me. And then I think it was around a week or two later, I tried to tell her something. She ignored the shit out of me. But she kept on talking and acting like she was offering help and resources. And people would be like, oh, well, at least she got you off the streets. You're so ungrateful. No, you don't get it. See, she could have been like another Trisha and lured me to something dangerous. But I see her super active on Twitter when she didn't even bother to read my my last DM, direct message. And every day I keep forgetting to go and block her, because obviously if you ignoring me or like I don't exist, you obviously don't want to be bothered. And they had other professed targeted individuals who did the same thing. If they start conversation with direct message and we're talking back and forth, and then 6 months later, if I try to strike up a conversation, it's like they ignore me like I don't exist. But they're super active with responding and talking to everybody else. They do, they would just like they would ignore me, but respond to everybody else on TikTok, YouTube videos, on their videos. If they respond to everybody else, or if I'm in somebody's live stream, if somebody be like, well, you should go and you should go into Luke James live stream. I'm just using a random name. You go into Luke James live stream, and he'll give you tips on this and that. He'll help you with that or whatever. And when he's doing a live stream, what he'll do is, or anybody that has happened to, they would talk, saying whatever information, and they had people in the comments, and they read the comments, and what they would do is ignore and skip over me. They would ignore and skip over me, my comment. Totally. They would totally ignore me. Or they would do stuff like read everybody's comment and then skip over my comment and read everybody below me and then come back to me last. And that's like when I was going to school, like elementary, middle, high, and college. If I had a question to ask in a classroom, and they would have an abusive, narcissistic teacher who would get mad at you if you ask a question. If they run around saying there are no stupid questions, and then they would get mad, at you for asking a question, and then the whole entire class would be low class, ignorant, gangster, and ghetto, try to gang up on me and act like they want to fight me. Or, if I would try to raise my hand and ask a question, and then they would be like, ask me after class, or something. Can you ask me after class, or something like that? And then I end up crying, like, profusely throughout the whole entire rest of the class. Because they abusive and narcissistic, and they answered me like that. And so then, me to get angry, holding everything and then have like a Tourette's outburst or Asperger meltdown, all combined, and get mad and like throw a chair. And then they want to act like as if they're surprised at my inappropriate behavior or whatever. But the teacher she wouldn't do anything to stop those kids acting like, the whole entire class acting like they want to jump me. So, it's like nobody else's questions are foolish, but Candy Grand Prix's questions are the only ones that's foolish. So, I have numerous moments where if I had abusive, narcissistic teachers, college professors, that would make me cry, especially the first day of school. If you got questions to ask. And the teacher will humiliate and embarrass me in front of everybody. And it's the first day of school or on my birthday. Because usually me and my twin sister's birthday would be like the week of the first day of school or a week after the first day of school. And, school is still fresh and new. So when our birthday comes and, if I end up crying, my feelings hurt because the teacher, abusive, narcissistic, fake teacher yelled at me. I think nearly all my fucking teachers from kindergarten all the way through college were narcissistic abusers. And I thought about that. Like, how many, like, all the damn teachers were, narcissistic abusers. So, so it's like, as I said, every opportunity, I'm always being made to feel like I deserve to be punished with less than. Like as if I supposed to have less value than any and every other human being. Excuse me. I mean, they got people who have actually murdered and killed other people, and they're still respected in the hood. But you want the whole world to hate me because I'd be like, you fake bitch. from a freaking Tourette's outburst or episode. So speaking of that, what I was talking about with my earbuds, my phone, I guess it happened yesterday too, that I had my earbuds in, and it probably, I need to get some more earbuds and batteries in my, yeah. So so the like the lady who called yesterday, she kept on, I mean, she was, I'm sorry, yeah, Thursday, with the Social Security, and her name is on none of my paperwork, none of my paperwork, and she still never emailed me. So when I first got on the phone with her, she was nice, but it took a while that I could hear her, but she couldn't hear me. And so then it took a while. She initially called at 11:33. And then, I couldn't call. They wouldn't let me call that number. So eventually she called again a few minutes later, and I was able to talk I had to talk without my earbuds, and I had to stick one of my fingers inside of my ear to try to reduce the outside noise. And here they come with the noise harassment and noise campaigns. So the perps must have knew about this. I didn't even tell y'all that, hey, I got another Social Security appointment on such and such date at such and such time. But you don't have to tell nobody. The perps, they're still there to destroy anyway. And so today being Friday, when I try to call for the transportation to try to see about going grocery shopping, this person seemed younger, and I put my earbuds in, and I figured, well, I'm not going to use at least these earbuds. I won't try to talk on the phone anymore with these earbuds. Maybe I have to get another pair, or if the phone is the problem, then, because the earbuds used to work with the phone. I've been having this phone for almost a year. Usually the phones I had in the past would last no longer than 6 months. So I've been able to have phones to last, like, I can't even have a phone that lasts over a year. Maybe one of the phones recently, but so the person was like, she said, hello, only twice, and got an attitude and got mad and just hung up so violently. And then I took my earbuds off and I tried to call back, and it was a lady that was much nicer. But she was much nicer, but when she would put me on hold for like a long time. So you kind of don't even get to choose exactly what date and time is the most convenient, or what you really, 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 really want to do. So, last time I almost didn't make the 2 hours with grocery shopping. I almost didn't make the 2 hours with grocery shopping. But I made it within, and I'm like, wait a minute, how did it take that long for me to go grocery shopping? It would take 2 hours? What was I doing? And even when I went to fake Walmart, it took me a long time. But you know what? I think I know what took me so long. Because it was my first time at that store, and H-E-B is a huge store. It was my first time at that store, and and so me trying to figure out where everything is. On the app, they'll tell you if such and such item is in aisle 2, aisle 4, or in the produce section or whatever. So I'm glad that they can tell you what aisle to look for something rather than having to ask somebody. So the lady that I had, the neighbor, the nosy perp neighbor that lied and said she's Christian, she would pretend to be extra fake friendly and have that 24-hour smile on her face. And every time there's a crisis, she's always sitting on the porch with her grandkids. And she seemed like she got grandkids galore. I didn't even know those couple of boys was her grandkids. I didn't know who those boys were. And then after those 2 females that, looked like they came from doing the same thing, like, what are y'all doing? And then that man from earlier, so that's why I was on edge and stuff. But if I would have known that, oh, that's the neighbor's grandkids, then I probably wouldn't have said much of nothing. But then again, just because you're a neighbor doesn't mean you're not a gang stalker. Or just because you're a landlord don't mean that you'll be exempt from gang stalking people. And the ones with more power, like landlord or whatever, or employer, they'll be the worst. So I did not realize that those 2 boys were the grandkids from the lady 2 doors down. But that's the lady that, she was another one of the perps that followed me on the bus. Like, how the hell, if you gang stalked me here, but then how did you know the exact date? If we're not friends, I don't know you that well. We're not friends and I don't know you that well. And so as I said, the guy next door with the black Dodge Dart, he doesn't seem like he bothers, it seems like he just go to work and come home and just mind his business. But the lady 2 doors down that I had the issue with, she's nosy like the Masonic Smelly Crab family. And as I said, like when I had the issue with that perp way down the street, and when I had to go to the ambulance, it's like either she would be there or her and her grandkids be there. My first day here, I had an issue with her sons or her daughter-in-law's the loud truck. I had just got here and it's like I'm days of sleep deprived. I'm fucking tired. One of the last things I need to hear is an idling, loud ass truck. Turn that shit off. Like, what the fuck you need that loud ass thing idling for a long time? Turn it off. Like, what the hell? As I said, I was all kinds of fucking agitated, and I'm like, wow, I just got here, and the gang stalkers planted here already. I got into an altercation with the girl that's the lady's daughter-in-law. So, I had an altercation with her my first day, and I just got here. And, I was I was so tired, just tired. And, that's the one that tried to say, well, my husband's mom lives here. And I'm like, well, can't you turn that thing off? And she started being smart ass and disrespectful. So then, the nosy neighbor lady 2 doors down, she would, a lot of times when I'm in like whatever crisis, she's always planted there to see the crisis and see the emergency that I'm going through. Whether it be a police incident or me having to go to the emergency room, she's always there. Like with the incident where the police had to get involved, when I had the incident with the perp down the street, she was there, planted there to see all the action. And her daughters, I think she got some more daughters that were gang stalkers driving around with one brake light, one tail light. And at first I thought it was them with the loud music that day. And kind of find out it wasn't. But then she drove down the street with in a black car with one brake light or one tail light or something. And they kind of found out that noise was from that man that's down the street. So excuse me. So it's a lot that I've been having to go through, So I mean, this lady, I had a conversation with her and she lied and said she's Christian. But it's like 3 generations of gang stalkers, even your fucking grandkids. I mean, because the day of that altercation and the police had to get involved, the boy was running around with a red shirt on. And I saw him perping with the red, like one of the grandkids. I don't know, they look like they're about 12 or 13, maybe even 14 years old. So, that's the same, I guess that's the same lady that, I never saw her wear glasses before, but when I went to HEB the last time, it was the day, you know what? Not when I went to HEB. I went to the library the day after HEB, and they had the other lady that came all the way from Michigan just to gang stalk. Moved all the way from Michigan just to gang stalk me. And she's living like a few blocks over somewhere else. And the other lady followed me to the laundromat, pretend to be fake friendly. She would ask me all these nosy questions, but when I asked her the same questions, like to reciprocate, she acted like she couldn't. She acted like she couldn't tell me. And then this lady followed me. The other lady, she followed me to the library, and then ended up getting on the same bus. That little transportation that same day. So the next day, the other lady rode the bus like 2 days in a row. And then this lady, 2 doors down, rode the bus with me. And I'll be damned if anybody try to say, oh, that's your handler. She don't even fucking know me. And I don't want to get to know her or get close to her. And so she pretended to be fake nice, but I don't remember what her face looked like, and I don't remember her ever wearing glasses. And so I'm like, this can't be the same lady that's from 2 doors down. Because the lady from 2 doors down, she confronted me about the altercation with her daughter-in-law. And I told her, about my situation. And it seemed like she just wanted to be nosy and get information out of me, So, the day that I went to, I went to HEB first and then the library the next day. That's what it was. So the day I went to, that's what it was. And I saw the other lady from Michigan 2 days in a row. And then this lady I think it was the day I went to the library, the day after I went to HEB, earlier this month, June. Well, now I guess it's July. It's now, hold up. 12:06 a.m. in the morning on Saturday, July 1st, 2023. So, she pretended to be fake nice and, telling me that she was going to the DMV. And she was trying to tell me that the HEB plus is for the rich people and it costs more, and that HEB minus is for the poor people and costs less. So, well, I'm going to be one of those poor people that's going to go to HEB plus because, I can get more natural stuff over there, like certain vitamins, supplements, and, try to get healthier food and stuff over there. So, it caught me by surprise that, she angrily knocked on my door. And I wish I could have got to film that, but I couldn't because everything happened so fast. But I wasn't trying to get the kids on camera. I was just trying to get her ass on camera. And then the guy that has the Nissan Altima that's behind me, he's a perp too. And then the lady with the green car that lives next to her, she's a perp too, and she hasn't done it in a while, but I thought that she didn't stay here, just like I know for a fact that perp from earlier didn't stay here. But she would wait for me to walk out of the house and then pull off or drive off at the same time. Like how perps do. Just like Stank Whore Lanika from the Masonic Smelly Crab family did that to me in 2018. Or she will be walking by Rouse's and do like Alex Dupree by, trying to make sure she's there before me. And then, and she was acting all kinds of weird and immature. And I didn't know that she was a gang stalker at the time. I didn't know that Lanika was a perp. But her family's Masonic. And, I'm forbidden and not allowed to expose her. Or I'm not allowed to expose any of the perps. But what makes her so extravagantly special, that speaking against her is like speaking against God. That's how they try to make it. So, I don't have really any sincere people in my corner. Really nobody. Really. And then some of the people who claim that they got my back, they betray and turn against me faster than they can say, I got your back. Or I'm here for you. If people have tried to tell me, like a narcissistic control freak, fake friend, or a covert narcissist would tell me that, like, as they're trying to make like as if they're the sister that I never had, and being like, if you need help with anything, I'm right here. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. If you feel like you need to vent, you come call me. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Do you hear me? Yes. So then it could be 10 o'clock in the morning. If I had an altercation with somebody at work, if I had a job, and then they'd be like, every time you talk to me, you're always complaining about something. You want to know something? You're the problem. And then walk off. And then I never hear from or see them again. But yeah, I'm wondering how the lady that sent for me to come down here to Texas, she won't even talk to me at all. She's not telling me shit. I thought that she wanted for TIs to get together and, because I didn't realize that's the same lady that told me back in 2020 about the other guy, but the other guy said you have to have a car and to stay in the RVs. to live in an RV, he said you had to have a car. And the rent is more expensive. I don't remember if it's $5.99 a month. I think he said. But living here is $5.40 a month. But with my Social Security check, even if I do get the full SSI amount, because of me having to pay on a storage unit, you know, I hardly have much of anything left over for myself. And people say that if you're a targeted individual, you should, if you're targeted, then you should try to eat as natural as possible, or at least processed food as possible. But I can't always get to do that. So I don't always get to do that. And so, and they say always, you know, try to keep detoxing as much as possible. Detox from the nanotechnology and the directed energy weapons. I can't take detox baths because I don't have a bath. I have a shower. So I was sitting here thinking about how, you know, feeling bad and feeling anxiety about how the lady from the Social Security office trying to make it like I'm not allowed to make money off my ebooks. And I really think that was some perp shit. And then when she tried to be like, oh yeah, well, like, what kind of ebooks you like to write? None of your business. Oh, she got her feelings hurt. You just try to make it like I don't have a right to make money off my ebooks. Or like I'm not allowed to. So, as I said, she tried to manipulate, frighten, scare me, and instill fear, and talk about penalty of perjury. And, you know, they do not give you enough on Social Security. And so when I was homeless and struggling on the streets, you know, I couldn't find a permanent place to live. I couldn't find, you know, the landlords in the 3.5 times the rent rule, keeping people homeless. But I found this place that's month to month, and it's not ideal. And I feel like I hope for something better. So I'm sitting here wondering if they're trying to make it like as if the donations I received, is that supposed to catch up with me, or am I supposed to be in some trouble? I thought if it was a gift, you didn't have to report it, or if somebody gave it to you. So I'm, you know, really scared because I'm sitting here, like, as I said, I was struggling to survive. And it's not like, oh, if you're homeless, they'll increase your SSI or Social Security and increase it enough to help you get housing. They got a lot of homeless people on SSI and Social Security, and the most they can do is like the most they can do is 1 or 2 weeks in a hotel, and then afterwards, after the money runs out, and they might be eating good or whatever. And after the money runs out, then they're back on the streets and having to beg and panhandle for the next couple of weeks, because they make it like as if they're preventing people from getting housing because of the 3.5 times the rent rule. So, I mean, so me trying to just get out of bad, you know, receiving like donations to get out of bad weather and all that. This lady trying to make it like as if I was being dishonest and committing fraud. And, you know, she got mad at me and tried to intimidate and scare me, like, about not knowing that I had to report stocks and not knowing that I had to report that small little amount of income from, you know, $71 in 2021 and then $40-something in 2022. And they said, yeah, you had to report that. So if that's the case, I might as well continue writing and trying to earn money then, or trying to earn a living. Because the online perps harass me, stalk me, and trying to make like as if, um, they harass and stalk me and trying to make like as if they bully me and make it like my ebooks and my writing is not work. Well, if I have to report that as taxes, I mean, this lady over the phone, she considered me to be self-employed. I'm actually unemployed, but, I said I wanted to get to writing full-time and publishing ebooks, or, self-publishing ebooks. But Starbreaker and all the other online perps say that that my writing is not work. They feel like it's not work, and they yell at me saying, go get a real job. And if, like a 9-to-5 or a dishwashing job or janitorial. And then when I do get a janitorial job or something like that, they'll make threats they'll straight up call up the place and have me wrongfully fired and banned from the job for the rest of my life for exposing workplace mobbing. So I guess my ebooks and everything, I guess it does count as work or self-employment. So this, I guess, this is going to end up being an extra headache because now my YouTube is monetized. And I guess I got to report that every month. But people, try to say, they yell at others and say, go get a real job. So, as I said, I would want to be, self-employed. And so, it was not my intention to commit fraud or scam anybody like the online person's making it. And this lady, that Social Security lady, she was the only person that ever did that to me. Made it like as if I'm committing fraud or being dishonest or withholding information. As I said, I didn't even know that you had to report such small amount of and that's another way to keep you dependent and a slave to SSI and Social Security and all that. I'm sitting here trying to climb out of that and trying to be independent and more self-sufficient. And, you criminalize somebody for trying to strive to be independent. As I said, I had no choice but to be begging for money online and in person for food, for hotel and everything. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other homeless people have to do it. So I guess I should have just kept my mouth shut and asked for nothing and just froze to death, or let the Hurricane Ida wind throw me into the water and make me drown. Or I should have just let myself get struck by lightning. So, if I said I didn't know that I had to report this. Oh, well, you've been on Social Security since 2002. Or you've been on this program since 2002. Yeah, something I never, even though I am disabled, but something I never asked for in the first place. But for me to be forced to be a slave to something I never asked for in the first place. And the guy in New Orleans at the Tarrytown Social Security office, he said, "Oh, well, you've been taking money from us for all these years." When I said that I don't want to be on Social Security no more, fuck this shit, So he threatened to make me pay back every penny of money all the way back from 2002. Well, how can I pay all that back? Because they're looking for reasons to try to declare you not disabled, but everybody want to call you crazy. In 2019, I had that fake mental health evaluation for voc rehab that didn't even work out. And to deal with abusive, narcissistic, gang stalking, fake psychologists, and Masonic ghetto, voc rehab worker and stuff like that. That they play all kinds of psychological games and talk to you condescending and tell you you deserve to lose your job and stuff, or that you're not going to last long on the job, or you will get fired, or, oh, you got red flags of being a constant victim. Oh, you being a constant victim, oh, that's a red flag. No, it's not about me being a constant victim. I'm being fucking gang stalked, and you're part of it. All y'all. So it's like, so when that Masonic lady that's part of the sorority, what was her name? Oh, Kanisha Simmons Moultrie from the voc rehab office in Pensacola. Why, when I came to voc rehab, trying to get services for the Ticket to Work program, the other lady, I don't remember her name, but she looked Italian or something. Why did that lady leave the position right when I came? And after I came, that's when Kanisha stepped in. And they both, and it was the other lady that put stuff in Kanisha's head and made her act like a flying monkey and think about me a certain way and be extra abusive, and that fake psychologist. And the fake, I'm sorry for any noise out there. The fake psychologist, I don't remember his name. He tried to make it like as if I'm super out of he gave me bogus false diagnosis and everything. And even falsified my IQ test and tried to make it like as if my IQ is way lower than it normally is. Usually, every time I test for an IQ, my IQ test is usually 117. Almost every time. Online and in person. So he tried to make like my IQ is like, I don't remember. But he tried to make like as if it was way lower than what it normally is. And plus I was severely sleep deprived. Wow. They are, I was trying to say, plus I was severely sleep deprived. The gang stalkers are hitting my phone with direct energy weapons and freezing my phone. So I was trying to say that the psychologist, excuse me, y'all. I wasn't trying to do any hand signs. I'm just sitting here scratching my itchy eyebrows. So the man tried to play psych games and try to provoke me and rile me up and think everything is funny. He lied and manipulated and twisted everything I said on purpose to provoke me. And then he tried to make like that I am so far out there crazy that he tried to make like I'm so far out there crazy that I definitely need to be on Social Security and SSI and too mentally retarded and slow to be able to take care of myself. And he lied about everything I said. And then in my storage unit, I have records of him saying, this obese black woman. Is he racist? I mean, I know they have racists in Pensacola. So he kept on saying throughout the fake mental health evaluation, this obese black woman. So, and I even told him to his face, you sold your soul to the devil. So, I mean, I even put that up on YouTube video, but Star Bricker got the PsychWorld channel. She got that wrongfully taken down. But I have video evidence, and she claims that that's how she stumbled upon me. Upon my videos. Now, somebody must have tapped her on the shoulder and been like, well, oh, look, she's posting up her mental health evaluation. But she didn't contact me until mid-October 2019 was when she started harassing me. And so the online gang stalkers have threatened me and made it like when Starbricker was the main ringleader saying, well, if Candy accepts Social Security and SSI benefits, and does not see a psychiatrist and take medicine, then she's committing fraud. And she's not disabled. But y'all call me crazy every fucking opportunity. You call me fat and greedy. You call me greedy girl, greedy grand perp, and greedy grand prix and everything else. But when I call you shits yuck teen K, oh, then you want to get my videos, striked. Wrongfully striked. But I gotta deal with them, and I haven't said six shits yuck teen K in a long time. But I saw her recently mention, Candy calls me shits 15K. No, I used to say shits yuck teen K. But as I said, they can call me the nicknames and the names all fucking day long. But I'm not allowed to strike back. So, I didn't even call her any names in this video. I'm just saying that, when I would have issues with her, I have said that before. And she always get my words twisted up too. When I say criminally, illegally, and undeservingly, that the perps criminally and illegally and undeservingly get to do this, that, and whatever. And so then she'd be like, oh, she said illegally, unlawfully, and undeservingly. So then I started to say fraudulently and illegally. Still all the doggone same thing. But I have my specific way of saying things. So, so it's like, so then 2022, I think it was February or March 2022, Social Security forced me to get a mental health evaluation. And the doctor didn't act like a perp, but she made it like as if, I am very much disabled enough that I need to continue to be getting SSI and Social Security. So yeah, approximately maybe 24 hours ago, I had a Tourette's episode, and some people say that they're hitting me with directed energy weapons and it's before speech, and that Tourette's is just a cover-up. And so I felt it coming on, and it was a short episode, and after I turned off the video, they shut up. I mean, that they stopped forcing me to have the tics. The tics went away after the video got turned off. Just like when I did the video to record a couple of hours ago when I tried to record the cramping in my right leg, it was the directed energy weapons. And then after I turned the video off, it took about 5 or 10 minutes, but then the cramp went away after I exposed the gang stalkers are doing this to me. And then they stopped the directed energy weapons. So I just lean forward like this, and I kind of feel my organs squeeze a little bit. So several hours ago, I had a lot of mail, and I actually got the Medicaid cards in the mail finally. So one kind of Medicaid, they say I don't qualify for whatever reasons, but I qualify for other Medicaid and Medicare. And as I said, I'm not intentionally or maliciously trying to commit any fraud or do anything wrong. And I hope that Social Security would give me a chance to correct my mistakes or my flaws rather than just trying to criminalize me and trying to have me spooked and scared and can't live with myself. And with them trying to terrorize and frighten me about me breaking this rule or breaking this law, or there's no excuse, or you should have known better. And, So she yelled at me about the stocks, and I didn't know because I didn't make anything from the stocks. So, but you still have to report it. I didn't know. You've been on Social Security since 2002. There's no excuse to do whatever. So, when she told me that, oh, well, I see it look like you reported all your she told me, oh yeah, because I know I was sending in check stuff from my work. But what would make her think that I would be intentionally malicious with if she would think I would be malicious intentionally with trying to hide about receiving that little bit of money from Amazon? As I said, I didn't even know you had to report such little bit of money. Like for my ebooks, I just got $4.45 on the 29th. And I'm like, well, if I report that, in which I didn't know that I was supposed to. So me reporting that, then for the next month, August, only $4. They're going to cancel my SSI check for the next month. The whole, the $24 or something. And then being like, well, no matter how much you make. Well, I don't know if they're going to do that or if they would just deduct a couple. I don't know. It's just confusing. I still don't know everything. And every time I encounter the Social Security people, I try to ask questions. I be trying to stay away from the Social Security people the same way I be trying to stay away from the police. For the same reasons, too. So you can't even get like a sensible... Well, I mean, it's rare for me to be able to get a sensible, a sensible Social Security office worker. And your own black people that be the workers, they are the worst. They do you the worst. Or at the DMV Section 8 office, food stamp office, In 2019, they had the lady from the food stamp office who was, I don't remember her name, but she was rude enough to have me traumatized just for me to get $15 a month for food stamps in 2019 after I moved to Pensacola. But if I would have stayed in my hometown, New Orleans, I was getting nearly $200 a month on food stamps and able to go to Rouse's and, buy stuff, off the salad bar, the cold bar, and it was eligible for food stamps. But me being wrongfully banned from everywhere in my own hometown, and I mean, that's why I had to leave. And I ended up going to Pensacola. So, something else I needed to say. So yeah, the whole Social Security ordeal, has me shaken up. Scared. As I said, I don't want to be, trying to get in any legal trouble or get in any other kind of trouble. But as I said, if you're participating in this gang stalking, do you report that on your taxes? Oh, y'all say gang stalking is a job, right? Oh, get a real job. Yeah, gang stalking is a real job. But if gang stalking is a real job, but I heard gang stalkers get paid in ways where they don't have to report earnings on their taxes or anything. But you coming after me about $6 a month, and I wouldn't even get $6 every month from my ebooks. So, or more like $5.05 a month or something, or $5.10 a month. And I wouldn't even get paid like every month. So, for me to do YouTube videos and monetize, you're gonna criminalize that too? Or if you're going to say that me getting revenue from YouTube, oh, that's considered work and you have to report it. Some people say that being a YouTuber or being monetized is a full-time job. But, you know, as I said, $50 every 3 months is what I've been getting, or probably less than that because it varies. You don't get consistently the same amount every month. And when the perps wrongfully got my video taken down and caused me to be wrongfully striked back in April, that was a week worth of YouTube revenue that I lost because they maliciously and strategically waited until after they found out that I monetized to swoop in and just pick a random old video trying to get me taken down. Luciferian devil worshippers. So, you know, I've been bothered for the past couple of days, heavily bothered, you know, about being scared of them coming after me or trying to criminalize or jail me or make me have to go to court or I don't know what they would do. But the lady had me so scared or such fear over the phone, you know. But like somebody who's not a perp or not narcissistic, you know, they might say, well, in the future, let us know if you ever get stalked. But no, she's sitting there trying to criminalize as if I knew exactly what the hell I was doing. So, you know, she tried to ask me, oh, do you receive gifts from family members? Do you receive this? And I was already mad, so I had like a Tourette's outburst. You know, I was like, no! You know, being like just mad. So, I mean, the conversation didn't even go well, and I might even get a worse worker if I have to deal with another worker. But as I said, I didn't hear anything else from her, so she probably went and did something sneaky or some dirty shit while pretending to be fake self-righteous. So I went to the store, both Dollar General and Family Dollar, and I got a lot of pieces of mail. And so, excuse me, sorry. I ended up spending more money than I originally intended. I had some hot dogs. Like, it was 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, and my anxiety was upset about the situation. And I ate like a big, huge bowl of cereal and ate the last of the cereal. And I bought some more milk and all that, you know, got some more groceries. And so, me having to wait until next week, I got some stuff to hold me over for a few days. So, for me to, I don't remember if I had a glass of water. I think I did have some water after the cereal. And then I fell asleep around between 6 and 7:30 or something. Then woke up at 11 something. And then I had nothing to eat or drink until after 7:30 or almost 8 o'clock. And then I had 3 hot dogs, couldn't eat them all. And I had a difficult time trying to eat them all because, the perps trying to tell me, you don't need to be eating 3 meals a day, or you shouldn't, or you don't need food stamps, or whatever. You don't need to be eating 3 meals a day. Or Candy thinks she's entitled to have 3 meals a day. So, you know, if I been eating twice a day, and that's still too greedy for y'all. And it ought to be like, you know, I've been eating less, but y'all still say Candy's face is getting bigger. But you don't say that about my twin sister. The fake Darnell Williams perp came to harass me on TikTok and lie and say that I'm related to Kodak Black. Or that I come from, I found out Candy. He was just fucking with me and harassing me. You know, I thought that I had some relief that he would have left me alone for good. So then, But I don't even know Kodak Black, and no, I'm not related to him. I'm not related to any wealthy family or any of that. But y'all saying ignore everything. If I get killed, y'all be the same one who wouldn't even care or do victim blaming if anything were to happen to me. That, oh yeah, Candy got exactly what she deserved, and I'm sitting here lying out dead and lifeless. But y'all talking about, oh, you posted up a dead man's obituary, oh, you slandering the dead, or about exposing Masonic perps. I was talking about the whole family, not singling Mr. Freddie out. And his living family members are still gang stalkers. So yeah, I hated that I bought so much junk food, but I try to get that naked juice. I don't like that it says natural flavors, and then it's super high in sugar. So I used to drink those quite often, but I was told that those aren't the best drinks. But I got a couple of them. I made sure to get Magnum bars on sale, you motherfuckers. So I got a few ice cream bars, and I had hot dogs, and I forced myself to eat the third hot dog because I didn't want to have to throw it away. But the first hot dog that I ate, I put the hot dog wieners in the microwave, and I was wondering, like, me putting the wieners in the microwave, it seemed like as if they were lukewarm and weren't, but they were big and starting to bust apart. But I'm like, how is it not hot? And I was afraid I was going to get sick, so I put them back in the microwave. Now I guess I'm all right. So I had 3 hot dogs with cheese and barbecue sauce, just like that. And I had a naked juice, and I had a Magnum bar. I was too full to eat the chips. So, but living here, I've been not drinking enough water, and I need to drink more water. And then I got that bad taste on my tongue. So I mean, yeah, I'm sitting here wondering if I'm in hot water with Social Security because they say for the IRS and taxes you don't have to report gifts or anything like that. But I thought it was the same. I thought it was the same with Social Security. But, what am I supposed to do when I have no food and I'm on the streets and the weather is too bad? But if I would not have been gang stalked off of my Section 8 and forced to be homeless, then I wouldn't have to go to social media and have to beg and panhandle for freaking survival. So homelessness costs more money than being housed because, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Or is this lady just saying stuff because she's a perp and don't want me to succeed? I mean, what if I need a second opinion or a third opinion on what I'm supposed to do? Or what am I allowed to do? Am I allowed to make money off my ebooks or write ebooks? Or am I allowed to accept, donations if you fuck fake ass Social Security ain't giving you enough? It's a rich man Lazarus situation. Our government is giving money to Ukraine, and they don't call that fraud. So, and the government is doing all kinds of illegal shit with our fake money that we get anyway. So they won't even let me work and be independent. So what the hell? They want to criminalize you for trying to strive for self-sufficiency? I didn't know that. I was struggling when I was on Section 8. Trying to get a job and was still struggling. They wouldn't let me work full time. And they were manipulating, playing games, and workplace mobbing with the part-time job. shortening my hours. I could have been had a car or got worked enough I'm not supposed to have to be in this situation. I got a bachelor's degree under my belt and been not able to do anything for years. So, I'm glad there are a few people who sincerely do care about me. And the few who do care, the perps try to get in their head and turn them away from me, or they'll make it like as if I'm not supposed to be loved, or like I don't deserve to be liked, or I deserve to be hated and punished. So if I would have known that I was supposed to report this and that, I would have done it. So I don't know what the hell is about to go on now. And, as I said, I really trying to hold on to this place, even though I don't like it here. I'm trying to hold on to this place and, because if I end up having to not be allowed to stay here because of the Social Security cutting me off or SSI cutting me off or whatever, or if anything happened where I end up getting evicted or banned from here, then if I can't live at this place, then I'm going to have to leave Texas. I'm going to have to leave Texas because I don't think I could be homeless I cannot be homeless on the streets in this small town. Nowhere to go. And I cannot be homeless in Victoria. And I think I would be scared to go be homeless in Houston, Texas. Because I heard Houston being dangerous, but New Orleans, I'm used to it because that's my freaking hometown. Can't go back to Pensacola. I thought I couldn't go back home to my hometown, New Orleans. So, yeah, I feel like trash after eating those hot dogs. And so I got just nothing but doggone trash with a little bit pseudo-healthy stuff. But next week, I'm hoping to have some clean, healthy food to eat. And I needed to do a big fat detox. So, as I said, the moment things start getting better, the moment I keep, trying to climb up and make some progress and accomplishments, they have people to slap me down 10 times lower and try to discourage me. But I'm glad for you few who do care about me, which ain't many of y'all, but thanks for, for caring about me. Because the gang stalkers want it to where nobody cares or nobody will like me or everybody hate me. So my storage space is filling up on my phone. I think I said everything I needed to say. Thanks for letting me vent. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later.